Hey everyone, this is Anna Runyon. I am here for a special live cast today. I am doing some amazing interviews. We're going to feature some real life stories of women who are launching their dream careers and their dream businesses. It's an incredible group of women, so I am super excited to introduce them to you today. These are all of our class members. Class is our membership site where you can find a job or business you love that supports the life you really want. So we have our first guest here today. So we're just going to dive right in so you can meet them. Our first guest is Tamara. And I would love to know, Tamara, can you just give us kind of your background and where you are at in your career journey?
Sure, I would love to. How I got started in Classy Career Girl, I unfortunately went through a divorce and I was devastated because I had been married almost 30 years, and I was at a total loss. I didn't know where I wanted to go. I didn't have any skill set. I was a stay-at-home mom for many, many years, and this divorce just came out of the blue. And so I figured, what am I going to do? So when I went on one of Classic Career Girls webinars, I thought, wow, that's something I would really love to do. So I reached out and I became a member, and I have never looked back. It has been wonderful ever since.
And it's been quite a while now. I was trying to figure
Yeah,
out before our interview how long it has
it,
been. So
it's been before COVID, so it's been a few years.
yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. And you are, I feel like I can always count on you to show up, to be there, to be
Yes,
supportive during our calls and everything as well.
yes,
Um,
I love it all. So
yeah, definitely. So at the start of your journey, you were kind of going through this big transition in your life and in your career as well. Were you transitioning your career then too?
well, I didn't even have a career exactly when I first started. So I ended up becoming a business banker, and that was just a fluke. Someone I was calling to get a loan actually, and someone liked my voice. So they said, "Well, we can't give you a loan, but would you like to work for us?" And so I said, "Absolutely." And so I became a business banker. But then after everything with COVID, the business has been very challenging. So I am transitioning now and I'm becoming a financial advisor. So I'm in the
Awesome.
testing phase right now.
I love that. I love one that you got a job just by talking to someone, like picking up the phone and calling. You never know where that career opportunity is going to come from,
Right.
right?
You never know. And I don't think I would have had the courage to even call if it hadn't been for Classy Career Girl, because one thing I have to admit is that when we would do the Q&A sessions, I would constantly ask you about fear and overwhelm. I felt so much overwhelm and I was so scared to do everything because I'm a woman of a certain age, and there is unfortunately age discrimination. And so when I went through all this, my eyes were really open and I was very afraid, but I'm no longer afraid. I just go for it now.
Awesome. I love that. So speak to us about overwhelm and fear. Like how is there some what did I tell you? I
Yeah.
guess you asked on a Q
Okay.
and A. What
You,
was my advice?
well, you told me to do affirmations, to create a vision board, to focus on one thing at a time. And one thing that I learned in the class that is so important is place your passion on where you're going, not the challenge that you're facing.
Mm,
So that one, I have pages and pages and pages of notes because every time we have a call, I'm taking notes, and that was the one that stuck out the most. So I'll read it again. Place your passion on where you're going, not the challenge you're facing, because
yeah.
we're always going to have challenges. Every day you have a challenge. The car doesn't start, your kids spill oatmeal all over their clothes. I mean, there's always going to be something. So you have to focus on what you're passionate about, not on what's going, no, not on the outer.
Exactly. Yeah. The vision. I know
Mm.
I know that's one thing I always talk about too, is like knowing where you're headed, knowing that vision for your future too.
Right, exactly.
So, the problems you were looking to solve when you were on that webinar and you were kind of listening and you're like, I need this, like what were some of those problems you were looking to solve?
Money. Money was a big issue. I was afraid to get out there. I was afraid of social media. I didn't really, I knew YouTube and Netflix, but I hadn't worked in a very long time. So I didn't know anything about social media except for what my kids would tell me. And, when your kids are telling you about social media, they're like, "Oh, mom, I'll just do it," instead of, you know, teaching you how to do it. So that was scary. And once I did start working, then I also had fear about not doing well or not having enough clients, and so there was a lot of fear.
Yep, definitely. Yeah. Anytime you're starting anything new, any new career,
Hmm.
especially a new business where you need to get clients, you have to put yourself on social media. You have
Hmm.
to get those clients. So I definitely can understand as well, like kind of that fear. So I'm glad that you're talking about it because you're not alone. If you guys are listening and if you have fear or overwhelm or you're just going through like a huge transition, I think we all are in some ways, right? It's just been a crazy couple of years.
Yeah, it has been.
Definitely.
Has been.
So you learned, how did you hear about Classy Career Girl and our membership?
To be honest, I don't remember, but I know that I signed up for the free um, handout, and then I went on a webinar, and then I did the webinar like 2 or 3 times because I felt so connected to what you were saying, and then I just said, "Oh, I really need this. I really need this." And since that time, and I don't really know how long we have been working together, but I have published a few books. Um, I have produced a few documentaries. I've won awards
Wow.
for those. I, did really well in my banking business, and then I didn't, which is why I'm transitioning. And I would have never been able to do all that without Classy Career Girl. I
I
would have
didn't,
never been able to do it.
I love that. I didn't know about these books and
I
documentaries.
know
You've
I'm
been keeping
quiet.
these secret.
I'm a little bit quiet, but
That's okay. We're celebrating you now. That's why I had to get on here. I was like, I know she has some wins she's not sharing with us. We gotta pull those out.
and
So we have wins and documentaries and transitions.
yeah. And now, this year, I'm focusing on fitness. I have quite a few pounds that I would like to lose. After my father passed away, I gained over 100 pounds. So this year is all about me. I'm focusing on self care and losing weight. I'm going to be in a competition in September in my age group, and so of course I'm not going to be like Christy Brinkley, which I would love to have her figure, but if I could be anywhere close to that, that would be awesome.
I love that too, because you're using a lot of the plans and systems we teach for your personal life as well. And so that's one thing. If you guys are new to our program and what we do here, we know your career and your business and your personal life all just kind of is intertwined, right? So have you been able to use a lot of our resources in your life as well?
Yes, yes. Actually, this new position as a financial advisor, they asked me in the interview how, because I'm going to be working with their clients, I don't have to go out and get my own clients. How
Awesome.
would I expand the client base? So I took them through the 90-day plan.
I love it.
I took them through the 90-day plan and they loved it. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
There's a system for that.
There,
Yes.
yeah. And I don't think I would have gotten the job without it.
Good
So,
job.
yeah. It
That's
was
awesome.
wonderful.
So tell us about like how you found out about the success path and what you learned. Tell us where you're at kind of in the program.
Well, I started with CRP and now I'm going into Love Your Career Formula. I just don't want to. I I just don't want to have my own business. And that's okay. You know,
Hmm.
some women are very good at having their own businesses, and I did that. I had several businesses, and I just don't want to do that anymore. So I'm going through Love Your Career Formula, starting from scratch. So I went through it a couple years ago, um, but I'm starting again. So so I'm just on zero. I'm on zero right now.
Awesome. Phase zero. So yeah, for those who are new, who don't necessarily know, in our class membership, we have 2 Success Paths. So you said CRP. So for those who don't know what that stands for, it stands for Corporate Rescue Plan. And then we have Love Your Career Formula. So we do serve, both of those. This Corporate Rescue Plan is for women who want to become entrepreneurs. And then Love Your Career Formula, which is what Tamara is going through, is really identifying your ideal career and making it happen. And we have a lot of members who go through both. That's why we have both,
Right.
because I know I was job searching and starting a business, and like I kind of needed them both. So I love that you're pivoting and re-going through. We have a lot of members who are doing the
Right.
exact same thing.
Yeah, I'm pivoting and I'm going through that one first, but then I'm going to, when I finish, I'm going to go back to CRP because I need it. You need both,
Mm-hmm.
basically. Yeah.
Yep, that's why they're both in one place, and you can go through either of them too. Because yeah, I think it's really good too. And this, a lot of the social media tough stuff too can be helpful for you in your
Mhm.
financial planning
Exactly.
career too.
Right. Exactly.
Ooh, and I would imagine as a financial planner, you still kind of are entrepreneurial too, right?
Yes, I am. So that's why I need that side of Classy Career Girl as well. So I need both, but I am going to take my time and go through Love Your Career Formula first, and then go back into CRP. And it's never ending. There's always new um, content that comes into the programs. There's always new things to explore. So it's good to refresh and renew and go through it when you can.
Yeah. We don't keep you bored.
So
We're
there's
always
always
coming out.
something to do.
Yeah, always something new.
Yeah.
And then you've participated in a lot of like our quarterly 90-day planning live sessions, our quarterly challenges. Like,
Oh
how
yeah.
how has that been?
Oh my gosh, those are the best. Those are wonderful. And I can tell you that I have grown so much just by doing those. And what I do mostly when I participate in those is I take a lot of notes, I do my plan, then I go back on my own time and really, really do a thorough plan. So it's so good.
That's so good. Yeah. So when you first joined, like, what were you first thinking? Like, what thoughts were going through your head?
When I first joined, I was thinking, why didn't I hear about this before? Like, every woman needs this. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, because I was so lost. So, and it was just like a guide that was showing me the way to go.
I love that. And then like, when did you make the commitment to kind of following the plan? Like, was there a time where you're like, I don't know, and then you kind of made that commitment?
I think it was um, probably 6 months in, because at first I was on the calls and I wasn't really doing the work. Um, and so I think about 6 months in. But once you start doing the work, you'll see a lot of changes happening in your life, and they're all positive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's the little things.
and you don't have to make a big commitment every day to go through the program. Just 15 or 20 minutes a day is really good.
Yay, that's what I say. So now you're hearing it from someone else. You
Yeah.
just need 15, 20 minutes a day, and you really
15.
can go through it. I love that. So
Exactly.
do you remember kind of like what your first step was when you started? I know it was a while ago. Making you think here.
Yeah, my first step, my uh, no, I'm sorry, but I remember yeah, it's been a while. My first step was probably just to look over the program and see what I needed to do. And I just, took my time and just went through it step by step, just a little bit every day.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's all it takes. It really does. And you can really see, I love interviewing you too, because you've been doing it for so long. So you can really just see the transformation long term. Because sometimes we want things to happen in 5 weeks. You take a course, 5 weeks, like we want our life to change. But
Right.
the big career and life changes happen over the years of that progress and those baby steps, and it like all really adds up. And this is you've been working hard on this, and this is we're now we get to talk and hear about your story and hear about your journey, all because of all those baby steps, right?
Baby steps, and it's consistency. It's commitment, but also consistency. If you are consistent, then you'll see the change. So you have to be both committed and be consistent.
Exactly. And what like a role model you are for your kids too. How old are your kids?
Oh gosh, my oldest is 40. Yeah, I'm a grandma.
Oh, yay. I love that. See, grandma's in class. We're going to start our own little group.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So, what excites you? Like now when we're in class, when you're doing everything, like what excites you about it?
Everything excites me, but I really love the coffee chats and the master classes that you always have, as well as like we had a book chat a couple times. That was really fun, and especially the 90-day plans. I
Yeah.
love that. The annual planning is the best.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, because we want to make sure you have those. We tell you the steps to take, but we want to make sure you create that plan
Hmm.
every 90 days with us. So we do have those quarterly planning challenges.
Yeah.
And then the monthly master classes. So those are on all different topics every single month. You guys vote on them and I teach them. And so that's good. And then what you mentioned was the coffee chat. So because Tamara's been a member for quite a few years, she has extra special events as well. So there's some perks staying in membership for a long period of time. We have more things up our sleeve that we're working on coming up. So that's awesome. Yeah, that was a really fun, like we had a coffee chat with like our members who'd been here for over 2 years. And it was it was really fun to get together again, with people who'd been going through this journey over 2 years, right? And to just kind of see the connections and relationships and journeys that you guys have all taken.
Yes, that was really fun. It was exciting. I have a question though. Are we ever going to be able to have an in-person annual plan?
That'd be fun.
That would be
We did have one before COVID, right? There was one in 2019 where we
Yeah, I
planned
missed
out.
that one.
Yeah, we planned out 2020, not knowing that 2020 was just going to be a major curveball, right?
Mm.
But yeah, we had an event. It was really fun in 2019. But yeah, it's definitely, I know everyone is asking for one for sure. So I do think that we definitely all need to get together for sure. But I will add that to my to-do list for sure, and to go back to the team too, because yeah, we really like to do a plan live session like all together to plan the year together. So we do it virtually, but of course in person, that would be fun.
It would
Maybe
be
we'll
fun.
be get together in the fall to do that. Where are you located, by the way? Oh,
I'm
San
in
Francisco. Yeah.
California. Yeah, I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yep,
So,
you are in San Francisco. Yeah. So now I'm in Wisconsin, so we got to figure out this location thing because I'm no longer in California, right?
right.
I love it. So we have people supporting us in the comments. Say hello if you are listening and watching. Let us know where you're from. Let us know if you have any questions for Tamara as well, because she is like sharing some really helpful tips here. Michaela is here cheering you on. She said, "Way to." Oh, I think I can feature comments here. Let me see here. Oh, there we go, Michaela. Way
Wow.
to face that
Thank
fear. That fear is real, but way to keep going. Yes, I love that.
you, Michaela.
Yes, good one. And then I have I don't know who this is. It doesn't say their name. A lot of caregiving stuff popped up with my mother, had to do after work. Yeah, so I think what this person is talking about is we said 15-20 minutes a day,
Yeah, it
right?
doesn't have to be 15 or 20 minutes a day. You can do it at your own pace. You don't have to do it daily. I mean, I said 15 to 20 minutes a day because that's easy for most people, but I don't even do that. I'm in school getting my master's. So, I don't have time to go through the program every day. I do it when I can.
Yep.
It's your own, you go at your own pace.
Yeah.
So
And
don't even
everyone
worry
goes
about
at their
that.
own perfect pace. No one is
Mhm.
ever behind because we all are going through our own career journey, business journey at our own
Right,
pace. I
right,
think
exactly.
that's trying to keep up with everyone else. That's kind of
Yeah.
what creates that overwhelm.
Mm.
So what do you think would have happened if you didn't follow the plan, if you didn't get into the Success Pass and the membership?
Um, I I don't know where what my life would be to be honest, because I was really in a spiral and going in the wrong direction. So I'm a very religious person. I'm getting my master's in theology. So I think that this was a divine appointment, and I, to be honest, like I said, I don't know where my life would be without Classic Career Girl and all the support and the love that you guys give to everyone. It's incredible. So it's been really wonderful.
Yeah, we got to all hug in person because we've
Yeah,
been like virtual. We've gotten through the whole pandemic together, right? Like
right.
through these the monthly, the quarterly sessions, and we've all faced a lot of challenges throughout the last couple of years. So
Yeah.
yeah, I can feel that, right? And I love that you say the love, right? Because it's the community is unlike anywhere else,
So
right? Like there's
supportive. Yeah. So
yeah,
very supportive. And
definitely.
you need that support because it's funny when I went through my divorce, my family, and they're sweet, but they don't have a clue, basically. Not my children, but my mom and my sister said, "Oh, you could be a babysitter or a dog walker. You could do that and make good money." And I'm thinking, is that all they aspire for me to do? Is be a babysitter or a dog walker? Which there's nothing wrong with that if that's your passion, but that wasn't my passion. And look at all the things that I've done since then, you know.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes the friends and family, they might see us where we are now, but they can't really see that vision of the future, right? Of where
Right.
we know we can go, or we have others believing. And that's what's so special about the community is we all believe in each other, right? Can push each other
Yeah.
up and help each other out too. I know we have members who are accountability partners and they're getting together in person. I wonder if we have
Mhm.
anyone else in San
I
Francisco that
know. I don't know
I
if
can
I have
do.
any. I'll have to reach out on the Facebook group and find out.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know we've had some members do kind of like, wherever they're located, getting together as well too. So if you're listening to this and you're a member in San Francisco, reach out so we can connect you with Tamara. Awesome, I love it. So books, documentaries,
Mhm.
changing careers, financial
My master's.
advisors,
Yeah.
a new job, your masters. Like, look at all this stuff too from just moving forward. Do you feel like you kind of know yourself a little bit better too, as far as your ideal career, like where you're going?
I think we're always learning about ourselves. I don't know if I'll ever know myself perfectly, but because I'm like the kid who always wants to learn something. I want to do, I want to fly jets and I want to cruise the Caribbean and I want to, I have all these goals uh, that I probably will never accomplish, but I will try. Um, but at least I have a guide that can help me focus on what's truly important.
Yes.
Because you can have a lot of goals, but that doesn't mean that they're important.
Or they should all be done this year.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what, like, we think we want to do so much in a year, but what we really try is like do that stagger year approach so we can, like, you can make these huge leaps and accomplishments and have more happiness too with what you're doing, which you can really see in how you're talking and communicating and sharing. So you had a lot of notes, so I want to make sure, did we touch on all the points that you wanted to
Let's
say today?
see.
Because I
Think
know.
so. Oh, okay. Yes. One thing before we leave, one thing you always said, Anna, was focus on one specific improvement. Focus on one specific improvement. So, like I said, for me, this year is fitness, but it has been, sales in the past, or it can be whatever it is that you want to improve in your life. So focus on one specific improvement.
Yeah, because when you just focus on that one thing, then you can really make progress too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people, I think a lot of people come in and they want to do multiple different careers too, right? They want to make a lot happen. And I always tell them in every 90 days, because that's kind of where I probably said that, like in every quarter, when we create those 90-day plans, it's focusing on that one thing, right? Like, what do we want to accomplish just in those first 90 days? And then the next 90 days, we can add on the next thing too, right?
Exactly.
So I love that
Exactly.
your main focus for the year is your self-care, taking care of yourself, but then also you're getting your master's and you're also doing this new job too. So there's a lot happening.
A lot. A
Yeah.
whole lot.
Yeah, you better come to our next quarterly planning challenge.
I will. I will definitely be there.
Yeah, for sure. So, what are your, final words of wisdom to someone, looking back a couple years ago when you were just, hopping on that webinar, searching for help? Like, what would you tell that person who's just kind of has that fear and that overwhelm right now?
I would tell them to take a chance because you have absolutely nothing to lose, but you have so much to gain. So just take a chance.
Yeah, take a chance on yourself, on your goals, on your dreams, what
And
you want to accomplish.
yeah, and investing in yourself is so important. Like I said, I'm an older woman, so investing in yourself is very important. We share so many hats. I have an elderly parent, I have children and grandchildren, and I'm in that in between stage where you're kind of taking care of everything. Even though your children are grown, they still need you sometimes. So it's like invest in yourself. It's important.
Yeah, there's so many other people to take care of. I love that you said that because yeah, I totally feel that too. There's so many others. You put yourself last
Yeah,
sometimes. So this really is putting yourself first,
right.
making your goals and dreams important for sure. I love that. So where can people get in touch with you? I know you said something about a website, but that's not done yet, right?
No, I am transitioning, so the best way to get if you're part of Classic Career Girl, you can just reach out to me. I guess DM me. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
They can just DM me, or I can give my email address, but I will have a website as soon as I'm all licensed and all that. They'll be able to get in touch with me, and that'll be in about a month.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll make sure we add that into the comments as well too. So
Okay,
awesome,
great.
Tamara. Thank you so much.
Oh,
See,
thank
you
you
didn't
so
think you
much.
could talk a whole half
I
hour, but you
know. I
sure
didn't think.
did.
Thank you so very much. It was such an honor to speak with you, Anna. I'm
You
just
too.
so happy to be here. So thank you so
Yay.
much.
Awesome. It was so fun to connect. And we will see you in the Facebook group on our next challenge.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Okay. So that was Tamara. And I see we have our next guest here. So Renee, I'm going to pull you in here. Make sure we are working. Hello.
Hello, Anna. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Well, tell us more about you. I've been seeing your posts in the Facebook group. I was going through them right before this call, and you've been just posting all your wins and everything that's going on. So give everyone kind of a background of who you are and kind of where you're at in your business journey.
I'm actually Dr. Renee Phillip, but I just
Wow.
kind of lose. Yeah, I graduated with my doctorate last summer, and but prior to that, I started off as a teacher, a high school teacher. I've been doing that for 29 years, and I I'm from the Caribbean, so it's different. But I studied. My studies were done in the United States, but my area, I'm very diverse with my skill set. So I started off as a visual arts teacher, and I love art because that's like my really really deep down passion from since high school. And I started off as a visual arts teacher, but then when I went to study, I decided I wanted to do business. So I came back, and then I started teaching business as well, at a different high school. And so I go between both of them because they create that balance for me. I like to do entrepreneurial ventures. I've always liked doing that ever since I finished the community college here at home. I've been doing my own little private tutoring job. I started actually in my bedroom. It
Wow.
was right after, in 1995, we had Hurricane Lewis, and it took the roof from my mom's house. And I started doing private tutoring because I had just gotten out of the community college, and there was no work for us to do. The whole place was in a
Right.
wreck. We had nothing to do. And I remember one of my friends said, my sister needed tutoring in mathematics. And I like that subject too. So I started doing that. And it started out from there. And then I was doing, I helped my other friends build their tutoring center because I really didn't have the space or the financial backing to start my own. So I started doing tutoring at different centers across the country. And then in 2013, I was working at a private high school, and studying business and dealing with management. Sometimes it kind of puts you in a position where my specialty is really HR. And
Right.
I saw a few things that I wasn't pleased with, and so they released me of my position. So that led to an industrial relation matter, and I didn't know what else I wanted to do. And I just remember telling my dad, well, I've been tutoring for many, many years privately. So I think I'm just going to continue doing that. So I started my business, Business Cove Learning. And I had two kids to take care of. Everything was topsy-turvy. My job was a no-no. My private life was and so I have my two kids, and I did what any other mother would do. And when your back is pressed against the wall, you know what you do. You show up and you show out. So
Right.
I started. My dad said, if that's what you want to do, obstacle. And so I started thinking I'll just tutor 20 students, and then grew from 20 within a month to 50 to 75, and it just kept going, you know. So I've been doing that for a while, and I was concentrating on high school students, but then I also have adults, females and males who wanted, you know, to expand their horizon, and so it started taking off. But some of the challenges that I've had here locally, it's getting information to grow your business, because although we have a entrepreneurial culture, we also have a mindset where if I help the other person over there, you know, they're gonna come and do better than I do, and so I don't want to share any information. So I'm always surfing the internet, or trying to reach out to other persons in the region, or even internationally, because I have family members who are living abroad, and they too have, you know, businesses, and just trying to get ideas that you could share, or how do I get this idea up and running. And my mind is always going. So when I'm lying down, because if you notice, I really don't factor in time for television. I don't factor in time for certain things. My mind is always going. Yeah, it's always in the overdrive, where I'm thinking, what's the next venture? What's the next venture? What's the next venture? And I also teach entrepreneurship. So I always have to be in that mindset where my students would come to me, share ideas, and, you know, I'd be like, okay, yeah, let's get this one going. How do we get it from start to finish, or even get it up until, you know, it's going to a point where you feel comfortable. So that's the mindset that I've always carried. I've never told myself that I cannot accomplish anything. I've always been telling myself, you can do everything. You can do everything.
Awesome.
It doesn't matter. Even I tell myself I could do it. It's scary at times, and it's very, very scary, because most of the time you're doing it alone, and then you start wondering, where am I going to get the financial backing to get this up and running? But I always learn to, you know, start small, and little steps. They're going to contribute to the bigger picture. So I always take time. I don't rush the project. My daughter specifically would always tell me, Mommy, you take so much big risks, and you need to calm down, and you need to do this. But I told, in the end, when she said, oh, I understand why you did that. I see why you did that, you know. But I'm a go-getter. I'm always been a go-getter, and yeah. I don't have fears.
You just go for it.
It feels scary, but yeah. But when it's scary, it's when you know that it's right. You know,
Yes.
It's almost similar to falling in love for the first time, and it's like I feel my heart going. So I know when it feels that scary, it's time for me to make a move. So. The challenges I welcome.
Yeah, challenges you welcome. I love it. I love that you're like talking about being uncomfortable. I love that you're sharing entrepreneurship advice with others as well. Like, and because you were already an entrepreneur, you have a lot of experience. So how did because I'm assuming you went through the corporate rescue plan success path. Was that like different than what you had found and searching online? Because you said you were doing a lot of searching online.
Well, I've been searching. I've been to several workshops from Tony to Joel, and although I felt as if, well, okay, yes, though they're telling me everything I want to hear, I always tend to go with my gut feeling, and when my gut tell me this is where you feel comfortable, then I'll make a move. Because it's good to hear other persons, but then it's always good to have that right fit. And not only because it's for female, but I like the fact that we get to share. And I always tell my students, there is no bad idea. There's no wrong idea. There's no bad idea. You probably did not know how to express it. So if you share with someone else, they could teach you how to, make little tweaks and, alterations so that you could get it done the right way. And that's one of the things that I liked about class. I like that I stumbled upon your invitation to do the free course, and I said, okay, what do I have to lose? I've heard it all, so let me, I stumbled upon it, and I remember going through it, and I sat down and I listened to the videos, and I told my daughter, I think I found something, and my daughter is enrolled in Boss Babes, and that's her fit because she likes that. But I told her I've listened to Boss Babe, but I don't think that's my fit, So we both tend to, she has her fit, I have my fit, and then we will compare and contrast. And I would say, this is what I learned here. And she would say, this is what I learned here. And I said, you know what? Maybe we could, put what we learned together and see how, we both could help each other. And I took a while before I actually buy in, because again, I started questioning, do I have the financial backing? I don't want to sign up for something, and I'm not that kind of person. I don't like signing up and knowing that I'm not going to be committed. I like to be committed, and if I can't be committed, then I don't see the sense in wasting the time, And for me, it's I wanted to find my growth path, and I think I'm still growing, and I will always be growing. But I wanted to find that fit, that even though I know certain things, that at least I have a structure that I could follow. And that's one of the things with the information that I'm grasping from class. I don't get to go on every day because I have a very busy schedule where I have individuals. So I don't have specific classrooms and say that I'm going to teach a class as in a full class. What I have is individual personal contact time with my clients. So I don't call them my students, I call them my clients, because they are my clients, so I have to do a personal fit for each and every one of them. So it's not, they could come at 5 o'clock and there's a class running from 5 to 6 and they miss it. I have to sync it with their schedule as well as my schedule. So I have a very crazy schedule sometimes. So I don't get to sign into class all the time. But I know since I've started, I have really put time out to say, well, if I don't get it done in as much in the week, I know on Sundays my schedule is cleared, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to be listening to my videos, and I'm going to be doing my assignments, and I'm going to be, and so I adopted that. I was thankful for the exercise on the vision board, because I now have it on my computer screen. So every time I turn on my computer, I see it and I'm like, that's my goal, that's my dream. Those are what I want to accomplish, within this year. And it's a good thing because I was able to share that with my students and, try to get them to, these are things that you want. So I'm getting information that I could, share with them and tell them, you want to have this in your life. Even if you're not working with me later on, at least I would have, passed on something. And that's one of the things that I like about it. I'm getting information that's valuable that I could share with other person. And that's one of the things that I liked about when I read through the manifesto. I realized that there are certain things that you expressed as a part of the Classy Girl program that I found were in sync with my personal goals, because I always like to give back. I always like to share information, and I always like to make sure that I'm contributing to growth besides my own. I'm not selfish like that, and I feel comfortable knowing that when I come to class, even on the Facebook page, that I could see other person sharing, these are my wins, and how can I do this, and I get excited for them. I get excited for them, because I'm like, oh, go girls, you got this, and then you have a community where persons are constantly game, and to just be everything that you feel that you are and that you could comfortably be, rather than persons telling you why you doing that.
Yeah.
You don't
And
need
you've
to
had
do
a
that.
lot of wins too. Like you tell us about you had your beta test, right? How your beta program?
Right. I'm still doing it because I just started it a few weeks ago, but I'm happy because I was scared at first in terms of who's going to really want to sit with me and advance their revamp their whole career journey. And I took that when I was doing my assignment, and it said, at least reach out to a few persons and see if they were interested. And I reached out to 5 persons, and then they all responded positively, and I was like, yes. And I reached out to other persons, and even the thing is, I just reached out to females, and then I started speaking to some of the male persons, and I would love to have something like that in my, so now I'm like, okay, how do I how do I get them in? But they too were, very interested in how do I get this in, and it's going really well because I meet with them at least once a week, and it's for even for 30 minutes to an hour, and they're all making progress, and they're really excited. They really want to try something different. They're really passionate about what they want to do because they find themselves accepting a career that they settled for, as opposed to doing something that they were really passionate about. So that is going really, really well. I actually have meetings this afternoon when I get off of this call.
Awesome.
So
I love that.
I am really excited for that. I'm really excited.
We're so proud of you.
I'm helping them.
I was just saying we're so proud of you and
you.
all of your updates. And where can people find out more about you online?
Well, I haven't built my website as yet. I was in the process of doing that prior to the COVID, and based on what transpired with that pandemic, I had to scale my business down because of all of the protocols and everything. I had to scale. At one point, I was actually going to close the business, but I had, some real dedicated clients who told me, we'll work with you. We will. And so I am in the process of doing that. I actually bought my domain. So I am hoping that even by summer, that I will have a website up. But I'm on Facebook. They could DM me. I'm also on Instagram. I am not so sassy with all of the social media because I had pretty much locked myself off to finish my doctoral program. And that is a really rigid program. So I had to lock myself off of social media for a while. So I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things. But I'm on Facebook, and I'm also on Instagram. They could send me messages. I could share my email if they want. But
you have a fan club in the comments already. You go, girl. Michaela said, I love it. Awesome. Well, it was so fun to connect with you in person, Dr. Renee. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and we'll see you inside the class Facebook group.
Thank you, Anna. Have a wonderful day.
Bye. You too.
Bye.
Awesome. Okay, we have our final guest of the day up. This is someone I am super excited to always chat with. If you don't know Margie yet, welcome and meet Margie. Hi, Margie.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm so glad to talk to you again. It's always fun to talk to you.
I feel the same way. And you have a new baby since the last time we did this.
I do. Yeah, I know. Number 3, new little girl. She's taking a nap. So
yeah, well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. So for those people who are new and don't know you yet, share with us a little bit about your career and business journey, where you're at, because I know you're doing a lot of things too.
Yes, yes. Well, I after having read the book, I think it's by Gary Keller, The One Thing. I had my one big thing project last year, and that was to build a garage to do the rental property on the top, so I could do the multiple streams of income like we had in one of your sessions. But yeah, I am back focusing full time on building. I'm doing a styling coach business. I've done a lot of work for the film industry. I've worked with up and coming country pop stars to do fittings and things like that. And I was just always fascinated with how many women feel like they've got the worst body ever. And I always found it the easiest thing to put them in items that are clothing that did so wonderfully for them. And they were amazed and couldn't believe, oh, maybe maybe there's hope for me yet. And I was always thinking in the back of my head, I wish I could just go in and be a catalyst for a woman that's ready for that kind of growth. So I tried that on my own for a few years. Yeah, that didn't work out so well. I'm not, I always thought, oh, in order to have a business, I have to have an MBA and, and I'm a creative type, logical thinker, but I'm a creative type. And I always thought, oh, it's so hard. Oh, it's so much money. And the biggest one, what if I get out there and after I tell everybody, and then what if I fail? And I think that was a lot of the things that held me back, or I was sort of working on it, but not really 100% committed. And then during the pandemic, I think I told you this before, that I had actually researched. I thought to myself, this is the year I'm going to make it happen, pandemic or not. This is, maybe a good way to step back and actually just get a good groundwork, and had looked around, kicked around a couple of different websites, and none of them really resonated. And then I saw there was a video of you talking about your coaching business, and a lot of what you said resonated, and that is, you don't need a lot of money in the bank. You don't need a ton of time, which is huge. 15 minutes a day, if that's all you have. And best of all, what I've learned is that really there is not really failure. You're putting your business out there. You give us the tools, like I'm really working on batching and my daily calendar, the annual 90-day plan, monthly plan. That's huge. And I realized that was a big part of what wasn't working for me as well. And in the 2 years that I've been in your class, I have actually structured my business and then thought to myself, no, I actually really kind of want to angle it this way. And I used to think, well, that's failure, but it's not. It's what you need to do. As you're putting things out there, you're seeing what your clients really are needing and wanting. And the same clients may have a totally different need in a year from now. And you may see a trend. And, then you just edit. You just edit where you're taking your business. And that's, again, it's not difficult. It's not expensive. So I think that's, if I had to share anything with anyone, I would say just jump in, start somewhere. One little tiny step, start somewhere, and you're going to be amazed at what you can do, especially with the right knowledge and your step-by-step system. And you're going to be amazed at yourself. You're going to discover things about yourself that you didn't know that you had inside of you. It's going to be, that part's really exciting. And I love being in the Facebook group and all these women that I saw even just a couple of months ago or a month ago, and they were saying, oh, what am I going to do? It's so difficult. Well, next thing you know, they're posting, well, I've got my website up and I have my first, speaking engagement. I was invited to speak, and you're like, oh my God, just a couple of months ago, you were saying just, I just don't think it's going to happen. So it does happen. And, but it's great to have a game plan mapped out for you, if that's not what your thing is. And again, it's not for me, but it's great that I found your program. Worth it.
I love that. And I love how you said that there's no failure, because I think a lot of us are going through a lot of change right now, right? There's just been so much that's happened, and it's okay to pivot. And, it's okay. You were doing something else last year, and now this year we're moving on to your coach business, and that's your focus for this year too. And I love that you've, kept making forward progress, even though you had something else happening, you're still moving forward with your coach business over this whole last year too. So what are some of the challenges that you had when you were starting to try and make the coaching business happen?
Oh gosh. Well, first of all, knowing how to get out my name out there to get clients, like you mentioned doing, sending out a survey, and other ways to get your name out there, figure out what people want, and then just also having the time frame out so you know where you're managing your time. And that's always a big one for me, and that's one I'm still working on, is time management. That's why I put myself back into designer, to get back into the better time management, the better, to me, that's going to be the foundation that I need, because I can see things starting to take off for me. And I realize, even though I'm not going to slow that momentum down, I definitely want to just drop back a minute and make sure that all of those platforms are in place, so that I'll be ready and as organized as possible when all of it does really take place. And that's another good thing about your program, is that you, with the different segments, if you need to drop back because you realize you're not in a area that you might want to be. And that's not failure either.
Right. Yeah. And in case you are not familiar with her program, what Margie was saying is she's going back to phase 1, which is our time management and productivity class. Because without the time, you can't really make that dream career or dream business happen. It's so important to focus on that time. So I love that you said that too. And then going through the success path, like, what did you first think when you saw the success path?
When I first saw the success path, I was excited. I've never seen it laid out like that before. And, when I first thought, oh, success path, I thought, well, maybe this is going to be daunting. But again, with these step by step by step, you just follow what's laid out for you, then, you're going to be fine. You're going to ace it. I mean, I've seen so many success stories, and I haven't even been in, that long. And I've seen so many success stories, and success on top of success on top of success. And you really start seeing that and hearing that, and you realize, yeah, that's possible for me too. It's definitely a confidence builder when you're around that. And I think too, there's just that, energy within a group, that the more you see that and hear that, I think the more that it becomes embedded in you, that you're on that trajectory too. That it's not a maybe, wouldn't it be great, but it's a given. Just show up, do your 15 minutes a day if that's all you got, and you're going to make it. You'll be a success. Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell us some of the steps you've been taking in your coaching business, because I know you've been sharing some wins lately.
Yes. Well, I have I have been mostly getting putting the word out and getting people in so that I can have testimonials. And I think you laid it out really well. Friends, family, it's okay if you throw something out, in my own Facebook business page or what have you, Instagram, promotional, one free question answered. I used to think, oh, that's so bad. Shouldn't I be charging? No, it's actually really good, because the more that you're out there, the more that your name's out there, then people start associating this certain thing with you. You get your testimonials, your referrals. So I've been doing that. And actually, for this next 90 days coming up on April the 1st, I am going to, the next 90 days, I'm going to start laying out the framework of my coaching program. And I'm not sure how to start that at all, but I figure 15 minutes, a step. And, I think once I just get to that point and put it on that 90 days and say, yeah, this is it. Now's the time. I have a feeling once that one thing happens, that first idea, then the rest of it will start kind of almost even doing itself. I mean, I'm sure possibly you found that as well when you started your coaching program.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So what do you think would have happened if you didn't follow the plan, if you didn't have this plan in place?
Oh gosh, honestly, I would probably still be back where I was 2 or 3 years ago, trying things on my own. You read something here, you see a bit of that there, but it's not a cohesive system. And I'm really good creatively. I am, if there's something in front of me, I can lay it out, I can do the work. But just knowing that the how-tos and the books and things like that, I mean, that's not my strong point. So, for me, I think that's where I realized in 2020, yeah, I guess I need my own coach, so to speak. So I would probably still be hit or miss, trying this, doing that, and probably maybe a little further ahead, but certainly not to any degree where I am today, right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you've even had like a beta client. I remember you sharing you had someone reach out.
Yes. That was amazing. And we had a great time together. And she left it, and it's my why. I know that was one of the beginning things you ask is, what is your why? And my why is always just to see that excitement when someone that I'm working with realizes that they do have a lot of options, that it's not, no clothes fit me, nothing works well for me. And it's not just it. I'm not looking so much just to say, okay, do you look good? What I'm looking for is to have that belief, that the belief in yourself, that where you go out feeling confident, you're accepting of yourself, you like your body, and to me, to see that change and that difference and that light go on for a woman, to me, is everything. That is my why. Yes, I'll tell you, do you want me to tell you, does this shoe go with that outfit and this purse? Yes, absolutely, I will. But for someone to see that, no, it's not you. You don't have a difficult body. It's just you need to do this, and this, and what do you want? Are you more of a minimalist or this or that? And to help someone find that identity through their clothing instead of being afraid of it. So once that's in place, then they can, again, just go out. There's this confidence, there's this self-acceptance, and that is what I'm going for. That's my why. It's just exciting when you see that light go on. It's everything.
So where can people learn more about you online, Margie?
I think the easiest way, because you have access to all of my social media, would be to go on my website, and that is margiereed.com. And then you'll have access to my blog, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that. And if you have any questions, of course, I'd love to hear from you. It would be exciting. And I say you generically to everyone that might be watching and listening. I would love to work with you. It would be amazing.
Awesome. Well, we'll make sure we share that link. Thank you so much, Margie, for joining us today.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, that was so much fun. I hope you guys all enjoyed hearing all of these stories from our class members. If you are wanting to join us inside of our class membership, the exciting news is that doors are open right now. You can join us for a limited time at classycareergirl.com/start. And we actually have a bonus happening today. If you join class today, we have my weekly planning system that we're giving out as a bonus. This is going to really help you reclaim 10 hours of work each week. It's a simple system that I have learned as a busy mom of 3, how to improve your calendar, how to prioritize those most important tasks so you can reach your career and business goals and transform your life. In that bonus, I teach you how I manage my own time and how I manage my team's time. I actually do something called, I'll teach it all to you in kind of like sprints. And that has really helped me because I have limited time to work these days. So that has really helped me and our team to accomplish our goals, to get stuff done, but also have a lot of freedom and flexibility as well. So make sure that you join us inside of class before that special bonus goes away at 11:59 p.m. Pacific tonight. If you don't know what class really is our online group coaching membership. It's where you will create a career strategy and plan so you can finally have a job or business you love that supports the life that you really want. You heard from many of our incredible members today, but we really want to help you have more time freedom, have less stress. And so we really give you that full support and that clear roadmap to new results so you can have that life that you really want. So we have our content. It's kind of broken up into four pillars. Number one, we have the content. So you heard our members today talk about the success path. So we have step-by-step success paths that tell you exactly what you need to launch your dream career or business. And we have coaching. So every month we have coaching calls with me. We also have new monthly master classes. So every month it's on a new topic. You have the community. That's our third thing. So you are never alone. You get to hang out with all these amazing women you've met today, plus many more. So our community is there's nothing like it out there. Everyone is so supportive and helpful. And then we have bonuses as well. So we have 4 bonuses actually available right now that are not normally available. We have the Get Hired Fast formula, the ultimate Make More Time planning tool, the Scale to 6-Figure strategy, and then the weekly planning system, which I just talked about. And that's the bonus for today. That's ending. So would love to invite you in. If you have any questions, you can just leave them in the comments or you can send me a DM. If you have any tech questions, you can always email our team at support@classycareergirl.com. But we would love to have you join us inside of class. I know that you can get similar results to all of the women that we talked with today. A lot of clarity, more freedom and flexibility in your career, and just being able to do what you love every day and have a life that you love. And get to wake up and do what you love, spend time with the people you love, and just do work that you want to do. So hope to see you guys inside of class. Let me know if you have any questions. I will see you inside the Facebook group. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining me.